Good day everyone. So welcome sa panibagong YouTube math tutorial natin. So today, ang di-discuss natin ay finding rate in compound interest. So this time, rate naman yung bibigyan natin ng focus kasi time na yung naunang video natin dun sa compound interest. So let's start. So we will start by our formula. So the formula for finding the rate is I equals quantity f over p raised to 1 over n minus 1. And we're in. Yung P is the principal or the present value, F is the maturity, and N is equal to N times. Alright, so without further ado, we may now start with the first example. So at what nominal rate compounded semi-annually will 10,000 accumulate to 15,000 pesos in 10 years? So again, very evident kapag nawawala yung rate kasi walang percent sign, no? So let's start by writing our given. So our given are, so we have P, which is 10,000. F will be 15,000. Yung yung time natin is 10 years. At yung M natin will be 2. Bakit 2? 2 kasi semi-annual po yan. Compounded semi-annual. Next, we will solve for the N. So, N is equal to M times T. So, 2 times 10, that would be 20. So, in our case, 20 po ito. Okay? There you go. So, N is 20. Next is to solve for the value of I. So, to solve for value of I, F over P raised to 1 over N minus 1. So, substitute natin yung F and P. So, F natin is 15,000. And yung P natin is 10,000. Yung N naman ay 20. So, you have 1 over 20 minus 1. So, unahin natin nasa loob ng parentheses. So, if you're gonna divide 15,000 to 10,000, the result is 1.5 raised to 0.05. So, kindly use your calculator in this case. So, bakit po 0.05 yan? So, itong 1 divide by 20, dinivide ko na rin yan. So, yun po yung nangyari na. Yung 1 over 20, dinivide na rin yan, kaya nagkaroon ng 0.05. So, you can use your calculator right here para ma-double check yung 1 divide by 20. Next naman is 1.5 raised to 0.05. So, simplify niyo yan. And the result will be 1.020480154. And do not forget, may minus 1 ka pa dun sa dulo. So, you can simplify that one. So, the result will be 0.0204800154. Now, kukunin ko na lang yung limang decimal numbers after the decimal point. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapos, tingnan natin yung kasunod. In our case, ang kasunod ng 8 ay 0. So, hindi po tayo mag-round up. So, mag-stay lang tayo dun sa 5 decimal number. So, the final answer would be I is equivalent to 0.02048. Okay? So, next will be to solve for the value of R. Kasi, hindi naman R yung nakuha natin, yung I. Pero, kinailangan natin yung I para makuha yung R. Bakit po? Kasi we're gonna use the formula for I, which is R. I is equal to R over M. And we will derive that formula to solve for R. In our case, magiging formula niya ay R equal to I times M, no? Since may value na tayo ng I, which is ito, at value tayo ng M, ito. So, we will multiply those two numbers, 0.02048 times 2, the result will be 0.04096. And since it is rate, your final answer must be multiplied by 100. Panang sa ganon, ay ma-convert natin into percentage. So, lagi yun. Pag nakuha mo na yung final answer, times mo agad sa 100. So, the result will be 4.096 or 2 decimal places lang. So, the result would be 4.10. So, that is how we get the value of the nominal rate in this situation. So, 4.10 is the correct answer for this problem. Okay? So, again, if you have questions, try to go back or rewatch lang yung example 1 natin. Proceed tayo sa example number 2. Yung tricky question natin. At what interest rate compounded quarterly will be money doubled? Okay, money doubled in 10 years. So, medyo nakakalito siyang tignan pero kung unawain, madali lang po yan. So, very obvious na rate ang nawawala kasi wala tayong percent sign. So, we will proceed with our given. So, sir, paano natin solve to? Wala akong nakikitang pera. So, hindi natin kailangan ng pera para ma-solve yung rate. So, ang gagawin na lang natin, we assume. Since the problem said, kailangan maging doble yung pera sa hinaharap. So, wala kang value ng P, wala kang value ng F. Pero ikaw ang magpuproduce ng value nila. So, hindi po sinabing value, hindi porket value pera, no? Gagawa po tayo ng mga, gagamit po tayo ng tinatawag na variable. So, in our case, since wala akong P pa rin yung gagamitin ko as may variable. So, P represent as P or the present value. Next will be the value of F. Okay, sabi dito, money double. So, paano kayo papakita na magiging doble yung pera sa hinaharap? Kasi yun yung future. So, I'm gonna use F is equal to 2P, no? Para maging doble yung hinaharap. Next is, time is 10 years. So, and M is compounded quarterly. So, susunod natin yan, i-times natin yung N times T, 4 times 10, the result will be 40. So, in this case, ayan, 4 times 10 is 40. So, the value of N is 40. Next is to solve for I. I is equal to F over P raised to 1 over N minus 1. So, yung F natin is 2P, then yung P natin is P, then 1 over 40. In this case, we can cancel P kasi pares lang naman yan. So, we can cancel P right here and the result will be 2 raised to 1 over 40 minus 1. Sige, pre. Then, next, solve natin yung 1 over 40. Okay, so to solve 1 over 40, mangyari, that is 0.025. So, yung 1 over 40, 0.025 yan. Okay? So, you're gonna simplify that one on your calculator. The result will be 1.017479692. And you're gonna subtract 1 minus 1. The result will be 0. And kuha lang tayo 5. So, 0.14779. So, lima lang kukunin natin. 0.1748. And the final result will be this one. Bakit po naging 8 yung 7? Kasi yung 7 na kasunod ay 9. So, hindi na po kailangan hindi na po natin ay allowed po tayo magdagdag ng isa kasi kasunod ay 9. So, may rule tayo na if 0 to 4, cancel natin. If 5 to 9, mag-add tayo ng 1. Sunod is to solve for the value of R. So, again, we're gonna use the formula for I. So, I is equal to R over M. And take note, gagamitin natin yan to derive the formula para makuha natin yung R. So, in this case, yung R formula natin ay I times M. So, we're gonna solve I. So, 0.01748 times your M, which is 4. Ayan po. And if you're gonna compute that one using your calculator, the result will be 0.06992. And again, just like what I said kanina, kapag nagpa-finalize tayo ng answer in terms of rate, do not forget, it must be multiplied to 100. So, 0.06992 times 100, the result will be 6992% or to decimal na lang, 6.99%. So that's how you deal with problems like this, no? Yung mga tricky question na akala natin mahirap pero kung uunawain, madali lang naman. So that's how you deal with rate. That's how you find rate in terms of compound interest. So sana marami ulit tayong natutunan ngayon sa YouTube video natin. So muli, huwag natin magkakalimutan mag-subscribe, pindutin ang notification bell at pindutin ang like button nang sa ganon updated kayo sa lahat ng video na ilalabas dito sa ating channel. So muli, this is Maturo. Thank you and God bless.